Hi everyone. Welcome to today's video where we tackle a really puzzling Linux disk problem. Imagine you're working with your system, and you clearly see a partition like /dev/sdb1 listed, perhaps when you run lsblk or fdiskl. But then, you try to interact with the parent disk, /dev/sdb using a command, and you get a frustrating error, no such file or directory. This is super confusing, right? If /dev/sdb1 exists, logic tells us that /dev/sdb, the whole disk it resides on, must also exist. So, what's going on? Let's break down this paradox and figure out why you might be seeing this error. First, let's clarify the basics. In Linux, /dev/sdb refers to an entire physical disk or block device. Think of it as the raw hard drive itself. /dev/sdb1, on the other hand, refers to the first partition created on that /dev/sdb disk. So, if /dev/sdb1 is present, it means your operating system has successfully detected a disk, /dev/sdb, and found at least one partition on it. Therefore, the error "no such file or directory for /dev/sdb" when /dev/sdb1 is clearly visible is very unusual and points to a specific set of circumstances. One common reason for this apparent paradox is often a misunderstanding of what a specific command expects. For instance, you might be trying to mount /dev/sdb directly. While you can sometimes mount a raw disk without partitions, it's not typical and often requires a specific file system directly on the disk, not within partitions. However, the error isn't usually wrong file system type but no such file, which is different. This suggests the command you're running literally cannot find the /dev/sdb entry itself. Another possibility is a temporary state or a very specific tool's behavior. Perhaps the disk was hot-plugged or unplugged, and the device nodes are in a transitional state. Or, the command you are using is looking for /dev/sdb in a non-standard way or expects a different kind of device. It's also worth checking for simple typos in your command. Even experienced users make these mistakes. A more technical, though rarer, issue could be with udev rules or kernel interactions. Udev is the system that creates these /dev entries. If there's a misconfiguration, it might create partition entries but fail to create the parent disk entry for some reason, though this is highly unlikely for a healthy system. So, how do you troubleshoot this? Here are some steps. First, use lsl/dev/sdb to literally list what entries exist starting with /dev/sdb. This will confirm if /dev/sdb is truly missing or if you're just misinterpreting an error message from another command. Next, run lsblk. This command provides a tree-like view of all block devices and their partitions. You should clearly see /dev/sdb as the parent of /dev/sdb1. If lsblk shows /dev/sdb but your previous command failed, it confirms the issue is with that specific command or its context. You can also try sudo fdiskl /dev/sdb or simply sudo fdiskl to list all disks. If disk can see /dev/sdb and its partitions, then your original problem command is likely the culprit. Finally, check your kernel messages with sudo dmesk grepsdb. This will show you how the kernel detected and initialized the disk. If /dev/sdb is truly missing while /dev/sdb1 exists, it's a very deep system issue, but more often, one of these diagnostic steps will reveal that /dev/sdb does exist and the problem lies elsewhere. Always double-check your physical connections too. Sometimes a loose cable can cause intermittent detection issues. Remember, if /dev/sdb1 is there, /dev/sdb should be too. The error usually means the command you are running can't find it for its specific purpose, not that the disk itself isn't present to the system. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into this confusing Linux disk issue. I hope this explanation helps you troubleshoot similar problems in the future. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tech tips and tutorials. Your support helps us create more content like this. See you in the next video.